By a margin of 2-1, the British people say they don't trust the Metropolitan Police investigation into Partygate. And that's hardly surprising. Here are the 7 times the Met came to Boris Johnson's rescue as the scandal unfolded. Number 1. They refused to investigate. Scotland Yard failed to probe allegations of Downing Street parties, claiming there was an absence of evidence. In reality, there was an abundance of evidence, including leaked film footage of a Number 10 spokesperson admitting that parties took place.
This is recorded. This fictional party was a business meeting. And it was not socially distanced.
The Met also claimed they had a policy of not investigating retrospective breaches.
The police have been very clear, they'll look at any letter, but they don't normally look back and investigate things that have taken place years ago.
While at the same time prosecuting a member of the public who participated in a gathering in Ilford on the very same night as one of the Downing Street parties more than a year earlier. Other reasons given by the Met for not investigating included that no one had admitted going to the parties and that Downing Street had denied that any rules were broken.
All guidance was followed completely during Number 10.
Number 2, they derailed Sue Gray. Shortly before Gray was to publish her report, and with Tory MPs on the cusp of triggering a leadership challenge, the Met suddenly did a U-turn and announced an investigation. The police ordered Gray to remove from her report any references to matters they were now investigating, effectively suspending publication of her findings. Gray told MPs that the Met's intervention meant it was now not possible at present to provide a meaningful report, setting out all she had discovered. The momentum behind a leadership challenge evaporated. Number 3, they didn't interview the suspects. Instead, the Met sent out questionnaires to people thought to have attended potentially illegal events. Nobody was legally obliged to complete the questionnaire, and people weren't interviewed under caution. After the questionnaire leaked, serious concerns were raised about the effectiveness of the investigation.
Pretty bland questions. I think a lawyer would perhaps give you a get-out-of-jail card response to all of those questions. And that's why it doesn't seem to be a particularly effective way of investigating the parties that happened at Downing Street.
Number 4, the police stopped Gray investigating the ABBA party. The most damaging allegation levelled against Johnson is that he attended a party in the Downing Street flat with The Winner Takes It All by ABBA heard playing inside. One source said that attendees were all getting absolutely plastered to celebrate the departure of bitter rival Dominic Cummings. Gray had initially been assembling evidence about the gathering, but acting on the instructions of the Met, she dropped her inquiry into the party in the flat. Inexplicably, the Met failed to fine anybody for attending the gathering. As a result, Gray decided it would be neither appropriate or proportionate to look further into the ABBA party herself. Parliament and the public were therefore denied details about potentially the most damaging allegation against Johnson. Number 5, no fines before the local elections. As Johnson faced acute political danger in the run-up to council elections across the country, the Met released a statement saying they would not be issuing Downing Street with any fines in the run-up to polling day on May the 5th. Leading human rights lawyer Adam Wagner criticised the Met's decision, citing guidance from the National Police Chiefs Council, which states police business does not cease in a pre-election period and normal functions of policing must be performed. Number 6, no fines for Johnson at illegal parties. On May 19th, Scotland Yard announced the end of their investigation.
In total, we've made 126 referrals for a fixed penalty notice to be issued.
Crucially, they found there were at least 8 illegal parties, including several attended by the Prime Minister. But he was only fined once. The police decided that Boris Johnson attended several illegal parties entirely legally. This included an alcohol-fuelled gathering on November the 13th, 2020, where Johnson was photographed joining in the revelry. While junior staff at the party were fined, he was not. Number 7, the Met Police were silent witnesses. On one occasion, an alarm was set off during a party. A Met Police officer attended the scene, walking through the party, but did not engage with the revellers. According to Sue Gray, the officer observed a large number of people in the area outside of the main press office and one individual giving a speech. Inside the press office, a further 15 to 20 people were present. There was food and alcohol available. The event was crowded and noisy. The Met later claimed it was impossible to expect the officer to realise COVID laws were being broken. But for everyone else, that's exactly what happened throughout the pandemic.
In this park in Poplar, there's an outdoor gym where 4 men are spotted exercising.
A police officer witnessed something and issued a fine. No questionnaires, just a fine based on what the officer saw.
Everyone knows the regulations by now. It's on the news every day, it's in the papers, and it's going on nearly a year. £200 fine for the ladies as customers, and it's £1,000 for the business.
The existence of multiple Downing Street parties wasn't revealed to the public by Scotland Yard. Instead, it was down to intrepid reporters and whistleblowers. It was another failing in process that at every step saw Scotland Yard act in a way consistent with the interests of the Prime Minister.
Well, I'm very grateful to the Met for their work. I thank them for everything that they've done.